I do what I do because I wanted to create a space that could provide the opportunity to other women to pursue their dreams on the bike and have a positive, supportive community to do that with. Also, am I talking to you? Okay. Not you. I'm BrittLee Bowman, and I own and manage the Velocio Exploro women's gravel racing team. So I grew up here in New York City, in this apartment. I ended up going to college in Rhode Island, in Providence, Rhode Island School of Design. And I kind of found bikes in my senior year there at RISD. And I kind of just realized I wanted a real bike. So I tried out this fixed gear bike and I loved it. And then some folks told me about a bike race that was happening, and it was like a checkpoint style race around Providence. I won that little race and I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. I started doing more of those like street races, and I ended up going and doing track racing. There wasn't like enough track racing, so I tried road, and I found that like cyclocross was just amazing. I really loved like racing on the dirt. The consequences of falling were less serious than pavement. That allowed me to like go my hardest. There was a team here in New York that ended up becoming this team because the coach had to step away at a certain point. Myself and another athlete on the team said that we would keep running the team. Different women have stepped up in different years. One of them is Cynthia, and she, in the fall of 2018, was like, we're so sick of road racing, and why don't we make this into a gravel team? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then in 2019, Velocio approached us and said, we like what you're doing, and like, would you wanna work with us? And so then for 2020, we became Velocio Exploro. This is a trophy, also a crown, that I won precisely 1 million years ago at the Junkyard Cross in Philly. It's like a cyclocross race, sort of, through a junkyard. So you have to like ride over like seesaws and like through a burnt up van and stuff like that. One of the things that I really liked about cyclocross, and I think also in gravel, both of those sports like really require resilience and perseverance. It's very likely that something is going to go wrong for many people in the race. You can't just be the fastest. You have to be the most resilient. It's a beautiful part of the sport. If everything goes perfect for you on race day, good for you. But that's not common. I'm just gonna like riff on the resilience thing. A huge challenge that I faced was that I was diagnosed with breast cancer. That was in the fall of 2018. I was 34 years old. I found the cancer myself, so I went and got it checked out. And within just a matter of weeks, I went from not knowing about it to having to choose what surgery I was having, to go through a double mastectomy. Because of not knowing what the pathology would be, I did egg harvesting. Shortly after the surgery, I was really lucky that I wasn't going to need chemo. It was hopefully going to be enough to do radiation and an ongoing hormonal treatment. there was this like amazing clarity and calm that I experienced that was just really powerful. Sorry. But then at this time, it was like so very clearly the thing that I had to put all of my energy into. The whole experience definitely just brought into focus the only thing is your health. You have to prioritize it so that you can be there for everyone else. I think before I was diagnosed, I knew that my desire for training was less. I still loved racing, but there have been different times where it was about transportation, it was about adventure, it was about pushing myself as hard as I could go and just seeing what the limits were. At a certain point, I realized it was okay. I can ride my bike and I can enjoy riding my bike and have this life where I am involved in the community. I'm surrounded by people who are so kind, and I love doing it just to help other people pursue what they want to do on a bike.